Rain poured down on the crowded city street. Neon lights reflected off the wet pavement. People shouted. Music played from a street vendor's broken speaker, and everyone was in a hurry. A woman walked fast, her hood pulled low, phone in hand. She didn't notice the man watching her from across the street. His name was Caleb. Thin, fast, and desperate. He waited for the perfect moment. When she got close enough, he lunged. The strap of her bag broke with a sharp snap. The woman gasped and shouted, "Hey!" Caleb grabbed the bag and ran into the chaos of the crowded streets. Laughter mixed with adrenaline rushed through him. He thought it was just another easy theft. Caleb ducked into a dark alley, his chest pounding. He opened the bag. Inside were some usual items: wallet, phone, cash. Then he saw something strange: a pair of worn hand wraps, a folded mouthguard, and a sleek keycard. Suddenly, the phone in the bag buzzed. Caller ID. Mom. Caleb froze. Against his better judgment, he answered. "You have something that belongs to me," said the voice. Calm, strong, and dangerous. Caleb swallowed hard. I didn't know. You're going to find out the hard way." Caleb's hands trembled as he held the bag. The rain hammered harder, drumming against the alley walls. He tried to laugh it off. "Look, I could just give it back." "You don't get it," she said. Her voice was calm, but every word cut through the air like a whip. "I don't ask. I don't negotiate." Caleb's eyes darted to the shadows at the end of the alley. Every corner seemed darker, every sound louder. Footsteps? He wasn't sure. Panic clawed at his chest. I didn't know who you were." "Please, I'll return it." "I swear," he stammered, backing toward the wall. There was a pause, then the sound of running water, shifting, fast, and controlled. A shadow moved at the mouth of the alley. Not random. Precise. "You made a mistake," she said again. "And now, you're going to pay for it." Caleb's stomach twisted. He bolted, darting down the alley, but every turn seemed familiar to her. He could hear her footsteps, fast, powerful, unrelenting, even over the rain. He skidded around a corner, knocking over a trash can. Heart pounding, breath short, adrenaline screaming in his ears. He had always thought he could get away with anything. He had never faced her. Not like this. Not someone who moved like a storm and waited like a predator. Caleb's legs burned, lungs screaming, but he didn't stop. Every alley, every shadow, felt like it was closing in. A sharp crack of a metal pipe hitting the ground made him jump. His bag swung wildly in his hand, the contents rattling. He glanced over his shoulder. She was still there, calm, focused, almost effortless. "Stop running." Her voice echoed through the alley, low and steady. "It's over." Caleb's mind raced. He could turn left, right, maybe squeeze through that narrow passage, maybe get to the street, maybe escape. But deep down he knew she was faster, stronger, smarter. A sudden movement to his side, a trash can tipped over by invisible force, made him stumble. His bag fell, wallet, phone, and the strange hand wraps spilled onto the wet ground. She stepped closer. No panique, no hesitation, just control. Caleb's hands shot out instinctively, grabbing the bag. "Please, just take it back, okay? That's all." Her eyes locked on him. Not angry, not yelling, just warning. "You should have never taken it," she said. "Now you're going to learn exactly what happens when you do." Caleb's chest tightened. His fingers dug into the strap of the bag, his knuckles white. Rain poured down, soaking him to the bone, but he barely felt it. All he felt was fear. She didn't rush him, didn't yell. She just stood there, watching, every muscle ready, every step calculated. He realized too late that she didn't need to shout. Her presence was enough to freeze him in place. I can give it back," Caleb stammered, backing toward the alley wall. "Just take it and leave me alone." Her lips curved slightly, but there was no humor there. "It's never just taking something, Caleb. Every choice has a cost, and you made a big one tonight." Caleb swallowed hard. How did she even know his name? He didn't have time to think. He had to move. He spun and bolted down the alley, hoping to lose her in the maze of streets. Wet pavement slid under his shoes. Trash cans toppled over. The sounds of the city, which once hid him, now echoed with every pounding step of his own fear. But she was there, always, Every turn he took, every corner he rounded, she was closer. Not running, not sprinting, walking fast, steady, confident. Every time he looked over his shoulder, her eyes met his calm and deadly. Caleb ducked into a narrow passage between two buildings, hoping it would slow her down. He clutched the bag tighter, breathing hard. His mind raced. Think. Just think. Maybe the street, maybe the subway, maybe someone will see. A shadow moved. A flash. His bag swung wildly as he stumbled. The strange items inside rattled. Hand wraps, mouthguard, keycard, things he didn't understand. But now, in his panic, he realized they meant serious trouble. She appeared at the entrance of the passage, blocking his way. Rainwater ran off her hooded head, but she didn't care. Her presence alone was enough to make him freeze. "You don't get to run from this," she said. "I've already caught you. In every way that matters." Caleb's breath came fast, shallow. He tried a fake move to the side, hoping she'd misstep. He ran. She followed. Still calm. Still in control. He skidded on wet pavement, nearly falling into a puddle. "Stop!" he yelled, desperation in his voice. "Just please. I'll give it back." She didn't respond immediately. She let him run, like a predator letting prey think it has a chance. Then quietly, softly, she said, "Do you feel that?" Caleb's mind raced. Feel what? Fear. That tightness in your chest. That sweat in your hands. That knowledge that you are outmatched. That is your body telling you the truth. "You are mine tonight." Caleb slammed into a dead end. Brick wall ahead. Water pooled at his feet. No escape. She stepped closer, slow, deliberate. Her eyes locked on his. He could see strength in every line of her body. Not brute strength, controlled, trained, dangerous strength. "You thought it would be easy," she said. "You thought I wouldn't find you. You thought I wouldn't care. You were wrong." Caleb backed up until his shoulders hit the wall. The bag slid from his fingers, hitting the wet ground with a heavy thud. He bent down instinctively to grab it, but she was faster. In one movement, she kicked it back toward him, then snatched it in midair before he could touch it again. "You don't just take what isn't yours," she said, voice low, deadly calm. "You don't just vanish into the night. And you certainly don't make me angry." Caleb stumbled backward, chest heaving. Rain ran into his eyes. His world narrowed to her and the bag. Every instinct screamed, run. Every rational thought screamed, fight. Then she moved closer, faster this time. Not sprinting, just deliberate steps. Her eyes never left his. Caleb's stomach turned. He knew he had no chance if she decided to end it here. I didn't know," he gasped. "I didn't know it was if—" Her lips curved slightly. "It doesn't matter who I am. What matters is that you made a choice. And now, you're going to face the consequences." Caleb's heart raced like a drum. He pressed his back against the wall, looking for any way out, any shadow, any alley, any chance, but there was none. Every route he could take, she had already anticipated. Every move he could make, she could counter. Caleb's mind raced. He looked around, searching for even the tiniest chance to escape. But every shadow seemed rigged, every corner anticipated. His chest burned, his lungs screamed, and his hands shook as he gripped the bag. He had never been this terrified, never felt so small against someone so calm, so precise. Then she moved, quiet, controlled, like a cat circling prey. Each step made no sound on the wet pavement, but the weight of her presence pressed down on him. Caleb's knees threatened to buckle. He stumbled backward, heart hammering. "Stop pretending you have a choice," she said. Her voice was soft, almost conversational, but every word carried authority. "You are out of options." Caleb spun, desperate, and ran toward the narrow passage on his right. He pushed over a trash can, hoping it would slow her down. Water splashed at his feet. His breath came in short, ragged bursts. Maybe, just maybe, he could slip through the crowd, disappear into the chaos. But she was already there, faster than he imagined. She didn't even sprint. She moved with a controlled, terrifying precision that made Caleb's stomach twist. Before he could duck behind the corner, she stepped into his path. He skidded to a stop. His eyes widened. The alley seemed smaller now, tighter, as if she had shrunk the world around him. He backed up against the wall, trying to find another escape, but she mirrored every move, every step always one fraction ahead. You can run, she said. You can panic. You can try to fight. But none of it matters. Caleb's mind flashed through every possible option, jumping over fences, throwing the bag, screaming for help. But each one crumbled under the certainty that she would counter. Every plan dissolved into panic. He swung the bag at her, desperate. She caught it effortlessly with one hand, her grip like steel, and yanked it from him. Caleb stumbled back. Wet pavement scraped his palms, but he hardly felt the pain. His heart was pounding so hard it drowned out everything else. You think you're clever, she said, tilting her head slightly. But I've been trained for moments like this. And you're not ready. Caleb's stomach sank. He realized something horrifying. It wasn't just about catching him. It was about teaching him a lesson, one he wouldn't forget. Every movement he made could be anticipated, every breath he took tracked. I didn't know who you were, Caleb stammered. I just needed it. Her eyes narrowed, not in anger, but in ice-cold focus. It doesn't matter, she said. You made a choice, and choices have consequences. Tonight, you're going to learn exactly what that means. Caleb backed into the wall, shivering. Rain ran down his face, stinging his eyes. His bag, his ticket to a fast escape, was gone. Every instinct screamed to flee, but every part of him knew. She had him cornered, mind, body, and soul. He swallowed hard. His only hope now was to survive the night, and even that was far from certain.